with your kind permission, Swamiji, we will get started.
Okay.
So you're all reading as a group, or you're only one reading?
If you want to.
You will get and others follow, or you all just
No,
read together?
we will do it together.
Okay.
It's live.
I am going to recite.
Started live on live.
I don't have the copies of the Gita Dhyan and the Gita Kavach. I have the copies of the Arti. Over there.
Anil Patel. Do you have Hindi version of the chapter? Hindi book with you?
Here's what
English.
Okay.
here's what we are planning to do. I will recite the Gita Dhyan first, then we'll do the Gita Kavacham. After the Gita Kavacham, we will recite the 15th Adhyaya of the Bhagavad Gita, Purushottam Yogo Nama. We can do it together. And then Dr. Prasad, Acharya Prasad will give us his discourse on the 15th chapter.
So you do the first, your Gita Dhyanam?
Gita Dhyanam and Gita Kavacham.
Okay.
पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीं मम्बत्वा मनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवेद्वेषिणीं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतवक्त्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्र वैत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचारूणमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोपलां शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुलाम् अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनीं सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगण्डोत्कटं नानाख्यानकेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितं लोके सज्जन षट्पदैर्हरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमृतस्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैर्वेदैः साङ्गपदक्राः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Gita Kavacha, there is Karanyas and Anganyas, so please follow my actions when we get there. Om Asyaham श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतायाः श्रीवेदव्यासो भगवान् ऋषिः अनुष्टुवादि छन्दांसि श्रीकृष्णो वासुदेवः परमात्मा देवता अशोच्यान्वशोच्चस्त्व प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाससे इति बीजं सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज इति शक्तिः अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः इति कीलकं मच्चितः सर्वदुर्गाणि मत्प्रसादात् तरिष्यसि इति कवचम् एवं प्रकारेण श्री गोपाल कृष्ण वासुदेव भगवत्प्रीत्यर्थं कवचरूपे विनियोगः. ओम श्रीमज्ज्ञानात्मने श्रीकृष्णाय अंगुष्ठाभ्यां नमः. ओम श्रीमदेश्वर्यात्मने वैश्वानराय तर्जनीभ्यां स्वाहा. ओम श्रीवासुदेवाय मध्यमाभ्यां वषट. ओम श्रीमद्बलात्मने बलभद्राय अनामिकाभ्यां हुम. श्रीमत्तेजसात्मने श्रीकृष्णाय कनिष्ठिकाभ्यां वौषट. श्रीमद्विजयात्मने गाण्डीवधन्विने श्रीमदर्जुनाय करतलकपृष्ठाभ्याम् अस्त्राय फट इति करन्यासः. इत्थं हृदयाय नमः. शिरसे स्वाहा. शिखायै वषट. कवचाय हुम. 3 times. नेत्रत्रयाय वषट. करतलपृष्ठाभ्याम् अस्त्राय फट. Once again. इति अंगन्यासः इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता कवचम समाप्तम्. Now we will recite the 15th adhyay. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Panchadashodhyayah. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Urdhvamoolamudhashakam ashwatham prahuravyayam. Chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda savedavit. अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसुतास्तस्य शाखा गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चारिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोषा अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्ति मूढाः पदमव्ययं न तद्भासयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनःषष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यद्वाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानो नैनं पश्यन्त चेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धिमामकम् कामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधं सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेह चाहं द्वाविमो पुरुषो लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षरमुच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वं यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमम् अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रतितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति प्रियतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासूपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः.
Pranam Swamiji. Namaste Pradeep ji and Subhadra ji. And I would like to start with Ganesh Prarthana with 3 Oms in the beginning. तन्नोदन्ति प्रचोदयात् ॐ गं गणपतये नमः. गुरु प्रार्थना. ॐ गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Shanti Prarthana. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hello. Namaste everybody. Today is a very important day in my life. There's so many coincidences happen today to make this very, very, very auspicious day in my spiritual life. The reason is we started this Gita Mahayagna in April, and so far we have completed 14th chapter, and now we are in 15th chapter. And after this, we are left with 3 more chapters to complete this Gita Mahayagna. That is one. So what else are there to call this as a very important day for me? After Swamiji graciously declared me as Acharya of Sambodh, this is the first talk with the name tag in before with Acharya Anil Prasad of Sambodh Society. That is my first. That's the reason why this is very important day. The second importance is, on my first talk as Acharya of Sambodh Society, the presence of Swamiji happened to be here, because tomorrow morning he is leaving. He may not be here for next 3 talks. This is the last talk of me that he is going to be here. And he is right there in front of me. And that is the reason why it is an auspicious day. The third auspicious reason is, my first talk as Acharya is in Pradeep's home, who is a chief Purohit of Sambodh Society. And you know his power, what did he do in the last Ganapati Advarsish Mahayagna, with the short quotes, how he motivated the people and how the Kalamazu group chanted surprisingly well, and all that credit goes to Pradeep ji. And with his blessings and Subhadaji's blessings, and we are doing in my first talk of Bhagavad Gita as Acharya of Sambodh Society. And because of these reasons, this is very, very, very auspicious day in my life. And with that introduction, we would go into the actual chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And what I did is, all this has a 20 slokas. All the 20 slokas with this translation in English, I put it in 2-liners, or 3-liners, in front and the back. And we can distribute among yourselves, and we can go through by chapter, sloka by sloka, and we will deal with it try to deal with it very much in detail, and distribute it among yourselves. And one more thing I would like to mention here is, I have become an Acharya. How did I become Acharya? That is very, very, very important. When other day, and I asked the same question, you became Acharya because you studied Bhagavad Gita, you wrote Bhagavad Gita in Telugu, you wrote commentary in Bhagavad Gita, and you listened to Bhagavad Gita, so you of the Sambodh. I told no. It's not me that made Acharya of Bhagavad Gita. It is Swamiji that made me the Acharya of Bhagavad Gita. In addition, Acharya of Sambodh. In addition to Swamiji, there are many more people who made me Acharya of Sambodh. Who are those? Those 14 hosts of my 14 talks made me Acharya of Sambodh. They gave me an opportunity for me to talk about Gita in their homes. Without that, I would not have talked about Bhagavad Gita without my hosts. After seeing my talks in the host homes, Swamiji passed me that examination and test and finally promoted me as an Acharya of Bhagavad Gita. So, first I bow my head to Swamiji with attitude of gratitude. At the same time, I bow my head with an attitude of gratitude to all the sponsors that have sponsored and hosted my Gita talks. Because of that only, I could become the Acharya of Sambodh, and with that title, I am trying to talk about Bhagavad Gita. So, with that introduction, we go ahead. This 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is very, 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 very important in many ways. And you may all think, every chapter you take, this chapter is very important, this chapter is very important, he said. But importance on its own, because the beauty of Bhagavad Gita, other chapters, just by taking the one chapter, we can complete the gist of the spirituality, and 15th chapter is not different than anything. The importance of 15th chapter is, in ashrams, this whole 15th chapter is recited before taking the meal. And Swamiji also made Pradeepji chant this whenever we have a gathering and having lunch or dinner in the ashram with a lot of guests. So, this is very, 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 very important sloka of this is Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Asritaha Pranapana Samayuktaha Pachamyannam Chetutya. This is the very, very, very important sloka, and that is there in this 15th chapter, which we chant before every meal, and we are going to talk about the importance of the sloka as we come along. With an introduction, this chapter's name is Purushottama Yoga, and in some places, we also see that as Purushottama Prapti Yoga. Purushottama Yoga or Purushottama Prapti Yoga. So let us spend a few minutes on the title of this chapter. Purusha means person. That's what English and Sanskrit are close relation this way. Purusha means person. Purushatva means personality. Purusha means person. Purushatva means personality. And what is Uttama? Uttama means the best. Uttama means supreme. Uttama means at most. Uttama means at most. Uttama means at most. So there is some similarity. So the supreme Purushatva means personality, Uttama means supreme, so Purushottama means supreme personality. And I like the additional word that is added at certain places, Purushottama Prapti. That means, Prapti means attain. Prapti means get. So, how to get the Supreme Personality, how to attain Supreme Personality is discussed in this 15th chapter. So what does it mean by Supreme Personality? When we have demonic qualities in us, we say we have a demonity. We have a normal personal characters we have, normal human personality we have. We call that as humanity. In the same way, if we have divine personality in us, we call that as divinity. Demonity, humanity, divinity. So, the Uttama personality or the Supreme Personality or utmost personality is nothing but personality of the divine, which is described as divinity. That means this chapter talks about how to attain divinity. That is the one the chapter talks about. What should we do to attain the divinity? The spirituality is the journey from humanity to the divinity, the one definition of the spirituality. Spirituality is a journey from humanity to the divinity is the spiritual journey. So the Lord here in this talks about that journey from the humanity to the divinity. That is the brief introduction of this chapter which the Lord is discussing about. We are just entering into the chapter now. Okay. Who is doing this journey? I am doing the journey. You are doing the journey. We are all doing the journey. So, when I say I, what does it mean? I say my hand. I say my paper. I say my book. I say my head, my thought, and these are all we use. What does it mean? When I say my body, that means I am different from my body. I am not body. My body. This is not my, this is my body. That means I am not the body. A person lived for almost 90 years very, very happily. He is laid in the home. What do we say? His body is there. He is not there anymore. What happened to him? He passed away. He passed away. He is not there in the body. He passed away. So he gone from there. So same person who had that, what is there? That is only his body is there, but he is not there. It explains us, we are not the body, we are something other than the body. So we are two in one. In olden days, we have a tape recorder and radio mixed in this. And whenever anybody comes from America, oh, he got a 2-in-1 for me. That was a beautiful gift once upon a time. It was a gift for me from my brother. We are also 2-in-1. What are those 2-in-1? Body and an Atma, Jivatma inside. It is like Deha, Dehi. Dwelling is the body, indweller, residence is the body, resident is the Jivatma. Habitat inhabitant. So these are all the different words. House, householder. These are the two things that we have to explain about the body and the Jivatma that is present inside. But when Lord wants to talk about the journey of from the humanity to the divinity, how to attain the Purushottama Tattva, he wants to explain both the body and the indweller of the body also. He is going to talk about it. One more thing I want to tell, being a doctor. After studying about the body for 5 years, the conclusion that I came, the wonderful wonder that is there in the universe is how different systems are working in coordination and make you alive. Thousands of chemicals are going into the blood without mixing with each other, and everything has to go, it's doing its own function without overlapping and without anything like this. If we keep on studying about our body, you will come to the conclusion, oh my God. That's what the impression that I got when I studied my anatomy, physiology and biochemistry at the end of it. That is the greatness of our body. So if we read about the body, if we know about the body, it doesn't mean, it means knowing the whole universe. Because human body is the replica of the whole universe. So, before you the entire world, it is worth knowing your own body. So, because the whole universe is nothing but the replica of your own body. That is the reason. With the first sloka to talk about your own body and which is nothing but the replica of the universe. And Lord pairs the universe. In addition, now from the universe I use the word body. He's talking about the universe, but being a doctor, I will substitute the universe with the word body. Please, let me take that liberty because I am a doctor, because I studied medicine. Lord says, human body is like a tree. He started his first sloka. Human body is nothing but like a tree. Human tree. Okay, good. What does the tree contain? They contain shoot, that is stem, that is trunk. We have a trunk. And then the tree contains branches. And the tree contains buds. All those three contains. Lord Krishna, how you are going to explain all this? He goes, but he surprisingly put a new system, and normally how tree contains, the roots are under the ground, and the branches are above the ground. That is the normal tree we ever always see. But surprisingly, Lord Krishna says about tree, no, I am not talking about that kind of tree you all the people see. The tree that I am going to explain is not that way, inverted tree. The tree that I am going to talk about has its roots on the sky and the branches that go towards the thing. Oh my God, what is this? Krishna is building castles in the air. He is not talking about truth. We have never seen that tree in this world. Every tree that we see and the branches on the top, that is the only tree that we all know about. But Krishna talk about a different kind of the branches at the down and the roots on the top. And we don't believe just because Krishna said it. We want a proof. Is there any tree in this whole world which we can take as an example. Roots on the top, and the roots are going down, growing down, giving their branches. A tree which we can take on the top and the branches going down. And the example that I take is banyan tree. Have you heard about a banyan tree? Because South Indians know about the banyan tree. Chennai is a big area tree which spread about miles together around it. Maybe somewhere in North India also you might have it. Banyan tree. If you see the banyan tree, we see the aerial roots. In the aerial roots starts on the top and then they grow downwards with branches. And in various commentators use as a controversy here, some people treat it as a fig tree and some people describe it as a banyan tree that Lord is talking about. But I learned from Swamiji, we should talk about banyan tree. I reconfirmed whether I can talk about it last night by giving a call to Swamiji. Because when I read 5-6 commentaries on our BhagavadGeeta, some talk about a fig tree and some talk about a banyan tree. But Swamiji gave me permission to talk about banyan tree, not the fig tree. So authoritatively now I can talk about. Somebody might think, oh, this is not a banyan tree, it's a fig tree. But this Swamiji's permission and many commentators' permission, I am talking about the banyan tree because I can apply this knowledge more efficiently with banyan tree. So the banyan tree goes down, and these roots start in the top and grows down as the branches. And in the same way, how the human body. Let us take the human body, because I want to take a few minutes on these first 3 slokas, and next slokas we can go fast. See, human body. This is all, our skull is nothing but the earth. Our skull is nothing but the earth. The brain inside the skull is nothing but a seed. Just put this way and then turn it upside down. The skull is nothing but the earth. The brain inside is nothing but a seed. What the seed? Sprouts out through a aperture, through a hole that comes out as ankur. Ankur. You know ankur, right? We have a new name, ankur. So in the same way, there is a opening in the bottom of the skull with magnum, that's the name of it. Through that, this from the skull as an ankur. See, reverse the tree. And when it comes out, what does it give? That thing, the roots, as it roots comes, it gives branches. That spinal cord, that nerves comes out. Those are the nothing but the roots that are going down. This is what Lord explained in the first verse about Urdhvamulam Adhosakam. On the top, Adhosaka, the branches of the roots are on the base. The wise speak of the indestructible tree having his root above and branches below. He talks about the leaves. Come on, where will on this body count the leaves of a tree? In the same way, the leaves are nothing but our hairs. Can you count the hairs on the body? No, the hairs are nothing but equivalent of the leaves, and this is nothing but a vriksha in an inverted way, and the Lord explained in the first chapter. And then, where are the branches of this tree, Krishna? What we talking about a root, that's all. Thing that came out and then root gives the branches. Where are the branches? For the branch, first you have buds. You have a bud, branch come as a bud from the stem and then branch grows. So in a human body, as soon as it starts forming, there are 4 buds are formed in anatomy. What we call that as a limb buds. We call it limb buds. 2 buds for hands and 2 buds for legs. That's just trunk, the main thing, and 2 buds for hands and 2 buds for legs. So those are below and above are the spread 6 branches. Above 2 branches, below 2 branches. 2 branches, branches above and below. So we have completely formed the complete human being with as a reverse tree having the roots on the top. So this is the one Lord completes his second sloka. Now we are gradually getting into the spirituality. What do we do with the hands and the limbs? They are called as karmendriyas, organs of action. We do anything in this world only with 4 things, that is 2 hands and 2 legs. And what are the motivators of the actions of this hands and the legs? Which is nothing but the objects that are there around us motivate us to go and grab those objects. That's all we do in the whole of our life. Go, work, make money, buy that thing, buy this thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We are all embracing, and legs are using to go after them, and hands are using to grab them. That's what we are doing the whole life, going outward, finding somewhere there is happiness. So let us use our hands and legs and run after them and get them. That happiness is there, right there somewhere. That's why the whole happiness has become a mirage. We go there, get a phone, iPhone 6. Use it 1 year. iPhone next one, X is coming next month. So the old phone, oh my God. Why did I buy this phone 1 year ago? If I had waited 1 more year, I would have got the X right there in the next minute. I did a very bad decision. How can I get rid of this iPhone 7 and get that iPhone X that is going to come in 1 minute? So same iPhone that made you very happy 1 year ago has become the source of your sorrow and sadness, because you can't get rid of it. Like this, we are all going outwards to find happiness, but happiness is not there. And we keep running, and happiness has become a mirage, and going, running, and we can't find the happiness. That's what he said. And below in the world, men stretch forth the roots, originating action. We are doing the action and keep doing this. And by doing this, we forget whom we are. We never thought of looking this way and look at inside where the real happiness is. And Swamiji told one story. An Atma, Jivatma went and asked somebody, and people are all chasing me. I want to hide somewhere where the human being cannot find. Where can I? If I go to aid, they may come in a plane. If I go and stay there in a moon, they may come in a spaceship. Go and hide at the bottom of the ocean, they may come in the submarine and catch me. Where can I hide so people cannot find me very easily? And he got The only place, that easiest place, safest place for you is go and stay inside that person. Because we are always going outside, never looking. It is like having glasses on the forehead and looking for the glasses. That's what we have been doing. So, if you want to find the real happiness, the location of the happiness is inside you. And what should I do? So, the same hands and legs that you have been using to find the happiness outside, use that same hands and legs to find the happiness inside. That's what Krishna is saying. And how can you to go? We have to cut asunder. We have to cut your chest. With what? With acts of non-attachment. You are all attaching with all these things. And you have to have an acts of non-attachment and cut. Remember what happened in Ramayana. And Rama got back his throne. They were all celebrating. And Sita went to the best, costliest store in the city and the beautiful necklace made of very, very costly yet beads in the world. And got Anjaneya. Hey Anjaneya, this is the gift for you. This is the best pearls in the whole world. This is my gift to you. Please take this and have it inside. And what Anjaneya did, one pearl, he touched it, looked at it, throwing away everything. And Sita was asking, hey, what are you doing? I have given the world most precious diamonds necklace to you. You are just throwing you. Sita, I did not find God, my Rama, in these diamonds. Oh my God. Where do you find the diamond? God. He is inside me. Inside you? Show me. He cut asunder. He cut asunder with acts of non-attachment to the person and opened it, and inside his heart he showed Rama directly to Sita, and everybody was stunned. So we can take that example right here. We have to cut asunder, and he used same hands. That's what we always see Anjaneya doing like this. So he used that axe, use your own hands as axe, and cut asunder his chest and see himself a Rama inside with an axe of non-attachment. That is what did. We all need to do that. That's what Lord Krishna is explaining in the third sloka. Okay. When you go inside, what do you see? What do you feel? When you go and sit inside Atma and sit inside your heart, what do you feel? You feel bliss. You feel bliss. That means where there is no pains of opposites, no sorrow or happiness, you will be in the bliss. Once you go and establish there and enjoy that experience, that bliss, you will never feel like coming back and chasing the world. That is the reason exactly Anjaneya did. He doesn't want nothing in the world. And he is having that blissful experience of the God inside him. That's what they get. That the goal should be sought after, whether having gone, none returns again. seek refuge in that primeval Purusha, where activity or energy, that whole energy is inside. So go there, to where once you go there, you will never feel like return back. And that is the journey of the humanity to the divinity that Lord is explaining. Okay, I will. Then, how to go there? How to go inside? Now we are getting, you need some more, along with the non-attachment, you need some more qualities that you want to do if you want to go inside. You should not have any delusion. You should not have any moha. You should be free from moha. What is moha? Moha is seeing things as they are not is moha. And seeing things as they are nirmoha. And everything in this world has a face value and a core value. Somebody may be very, 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 very beautiful in a face value. But if you go and marry that girl just based upon the face value, and you will see within 1 year the core value of it, then you will end up in divorce in 1 year. There's a face value and core value. So, 1,000 rupees note in India has face value of 1,000 rupees. When Modi showed no more, all those face value, but what is the core value of the 1,000 rupees? Just at that time, the face value everybody enjoyed and put them in the lockers. But when the core value came, what is the core value? Paper. Most of them ended up in the dustbins. So that's why you have to see the things as they are for you to go inside your Atma. And you should not have pride. You should feel from pride. I am doing it. This is because of my greatness. This egoism is the big roadblocker for you to go inside. And victorious over evils of attachment. That's what we already talked about. And dwelling constantly in the self, thinking about the self night and day as Anjaneya thinks. And the desires having completely turned away. He is not saying, bury your desire, condemn your desire, take your desires off. He is not saying that. Turn your desire away from the world and turn that desire to go inside. Spiritual person does not mean, sannyasi does not mean a desireless person. Sannyasi, nyasa has two meanings. Attachment and detachment, both are nyasa. That means, sannyasi means, sam means full, nyasi means two words, attachment and detachment. Detach from the world and attach to the Lord. That's what sannyasi means. So, what he says is, and a desire is completely turned away from the world and go inside. And freed from pains of opposites of pain and pleasure. See, pain and pleasure is like a pendulum of the wall clock. See how it is going. One day fun time pleasure, and one time keep going this way. Once you go and have a pleasure in this side, it won't be there. It has to come this way and you will have a pain. But if you find a central place where there is no pleasure and the pain are neutralized, that is the state that Lord wants you to be inside. Then your journey to go inside you will become easier, easier and easier. And okay. I used all these maneuvers. I used the non-attachment X and I went inside. What will I find? How the atmosphere and how that inner world will be there. Please explain me. Lord is explaining in the next one. When you go inside and sit and establish yourself in the heart of yourself where the God resides, you will be completely in meditative mode. You are in bliss. You are completely in samadhi state. You don't feel whether there is a sun shining outside. If it's the night, you don't feel that or not. You don't feel whether if there is any heat coming from around, you don't feel the warmth that are there inside. And then you will be, and once we go and enjoy that blissful state of going inside, and you will never feel like coming back into this world. And that's what, if you enjoy that meditative state inside, then you don't feel like coming back. Once you enjoy that meditative state by you going inside, by using all these maneuvers. That's what they say. And neither do the sun illumine there when you go inside, nor the moon, nor the fire there. Having gone there, they return not. They will not come back. They don't feel like coming back once you experience that blissful state. And that is my supreme abode. So when you have, see, we all went to that state at one time or other in our life. And there's everybody we experience. Early morning we get up and go to and see a sunshine and enjoy the sunshine. And you don't have any desire. You don't want a sun to be yours. Sun is not shining only for you. There is no desire involved. And without that, just looking at the sunrise, you forget yourself and you just stand there. And one person enjoys there and he is in that blissful state. And another person, oh my God, beautiful sunrise, let me go and catch it. And he runs into the whole room and get the camera, and without enjoying that beautiful sunrise, he went, and by the time he come back, the sunrise is gone. That fool did not enjoy the sunrise. That very next person who is there enjoyed the sunrise and in a blissful state, and he carries that whole feeling into his room and enjoys the rest of the day. So, like this, every one of us enjoyed that kind of feeling somewhere or the other, but the only thing is we don't carry it with us and try to continue in the same state in the rest of your life. We give it just like that there and come back into the world. That's what this says. Neither do the sun illumine there, nor the moon, nor the fire, having gone there, they return not. That is my supreme abode, Arjuna. You try to be there. So one topic ended there. Now, Lord is explaining. He explained about, gradually he explained about body. Now he is going to the indweller. Topic changing. Gradually he is going to the indweller. Jivatma he is going, because he wants to explain both. And how Jivatma comes into your body. That body is 6. When the Jivatma concept, you have to understand like this. Let us see, there is a big candle at center of the house. That's what in Diwali we do. We put a big candle at the center of the house. And what we do, and we give all 100,000 candles to each person there. And each person will go and take that light the candle from there and go and light the whole home with 1,000 candles. By taking the light, borrowing the light from that main candle, does the light or the energy or the heat of the candle has gone anywhere? No. So the candle is right there shining in the same way have it been shining, and sharing it everywhere in all these 1,000 candles without any subtraction of the energy from the main candle. That is the concept of Paramatma and the Jiva. What does it mean? From Paramatma, a chip of a small fragment of Paramatma separates from here. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnasya Purnamadaya. So when it is a full, and you are also full, full comes from full. If you subtract your full from your full, that only full is there. Is a mathematical calculation which was explained by our Vedas. That is zero. Zero is not means nothing. Purnam, that word. Purnam is from zero. What is left? Zero. That zero comes from, this zero came from that zero. Purnamadam, Purnamidam. And when this zero, Jivatma, is subtracted from that zero, what remains will be zero. This is nothing but Vedic mathematics that we are talking about. That's what Lord Krishna is talking about here. How? An eternal portion of myself, an eternal portion of myself, that is Brahma, Paramatma, having become a living soul inside you, in the world of life, that small element of portion, eternal portion of the Paramatma comes and living inside you as a Jivatma in the world. And the funny thing is here, the God is inside. But what happens when the actor is there, but he behaves the character he behaves? A person is there, but sometimes he behaves like a Rakshasa on the stage. Sometimes he becomes like a Brahmarshi on the same stage. On the same stage, another actor comes, the same actor will have a different costumes and play a different role, Mahatma role. But who is playing all these roles? The same body. So, but wearing these costumes. In the same way, when the Paramatma comes and lives inside the Jivatma, then what you can, there are 5 senses that are there around us. Surround that as a close around that Jivatma. And mind also will join and have another costume. And then make that Jivatma play in the world as you play. So Jivatma is playing all the roles in the world. You are not playing. Your Jivatma only is playing. But your Jivatma is not responsible of what all you do in this world, because there is only action that you wanted to do, not the Jivatma. So whatever you do does not affect the Jivatma inside you. That's what he's saying. So an eternal portion of myself, having become a living soul in the world of life, draws itself the 5 senses with the mind for the 6th, abiding in nature. So whatever do, suppose Jivatma is like a knife. If somebody goes and stabs somebody, it is not the responsibility of the knife. It is the responsibility of the mind of the stabber we punish. In the same way, when the Jivatma go and does certain things, the Jivatma is not punished. Who is punished? Your body and mind, all those things are only get punished. So that those are all tainted by, and however you are, whatever you do in this world, your Jivatma only is doing, but without getting tainted, without getting affected by your doings. Whether you do good things, it's not affected. Whether you do bad things, it's not affected. But it does everything. And what these things will happen, and that we'll talk in the near future. What happens? When you do all these things, what happens? First our thought comes. When the thought comes from the mind. So mind is not Jivatma. Mind is just a covering around the Jivatma. From the mind, thought comes. Thought from thought what comes? Words comes. When the words comes, words are transformed. When you do the actions repeatedly over and over and over and over, same thing, that actions becomes habit. When the habits becomes doing over and over and over and over and over and over the period of lives, that become the genes that are there inside. Those are nothing but the genes. My father had that's what we see many people. Some parents do some bad habits. And without knowing, the children carry that. Oh, he used to do that. That's what he is doing that. Even from 6 months on, he started doing so many nonsense things, which he started doing. And where did this guy get these things from? His father was there. So genes that transforms. So thoughts becomes, and mind become a thought become a word become the act, repeated action become a habit become trust, and they in spirituality they are called as genes, are nothing but called as vasanas. These are called as vasanas. And when those vasanas are there, when the body, the Jivatma leaves that body, and along with that, the Jivatma take the cloud of that vasanas around it and leave the body. And then that Jivatma will find the suitable body with the same kind of requirements that is there, and the Jivatma along with the cloud of vasanas around it and go and enter into the other body. From there the journey starts. That's how things happen. That's how the genes transform. And exactly that's what he's saying. And when the Lord obtains a body, or when he leaves the body, he takes these vasanas. How? He gave a beautiful example here. See, we see a beautiful flower somewhere, nice fragrance, and a wind came. Here wind is nothing but Jivatma. Wind came, carried that fragrance of the flower, moved there. The flower is burnt, but the vasanas don't burn, and this vasana, this smell will gradually go and become the experience of somebody who is there in the far off from this place. That's what exactly beautiful example he gave. When the Lord obtains a body, when he leaves it, he takes these and goes with them as the wind takes the sands from the seeds of flowers. Beautiful example. Like this, he gives such examples many times. And God is sitting inside us and enjoying everything we do without attaching it. Like he becomes the eye of our eye. We think that we are seeing. Actually, we are not seeing. So if the eyes are seeing, a dead body also should see, because it also has eyes. So for eyes to see, and there is a nerve that is going behind, But that is also not seeing. That nerve should have a center in the back of the brain, which is called the eye center. That is the seeing. No, that is also not seeing. That center is also there in the dead body. So, eye is there in the dead body, and this nerve is there in the dead body, and also that center is there also in the dead body, but dead body can't see. And who is there? This is the prana. The life is making you see it. Who is that life? Life is nothing but Jivatma, and making you enjoy it. So that's what he says, that presiding over the ears, eyes. So Lord is the ear of the ear, eye of the eye, and sensations of the sensation, taste of the taste, smell of the smell, as well as the mind of the mind. And like this, God is sitting there, He enjoys everything without getting tainted by what you do. That's what in 9th sloka he said. We are going good. Then, many of us don't get, we live in the world, and I see, I hear, I listen, statement is correct. I am seeing. Statement, there is no wrong in the statement. I am seeing. I am enjoying. Statement is correct. Only the interpretation of it, I, is wrong. I is seeing. Who is that I? The universal I. But we diluted, we adulterated by our ego mind that universal I, we adulterated with the ego I, and then we are saying I am. Take that ego I from there and clean that ego I and keep that I as Jivatma, and if then you say that I am seeing, then the same statement becomes correct. The statement is correct, but the interpretation of it is wrong. And that's the reason many people don't understand this concept, Arjuna. You please try to understand. So next two slokas go very fast. The deluded do not see him who departs, who stays, and who enjoys. And they who possess the eye of the knowledge behold him. Gnana Netra, eye of the knowledge is called as Gnana Netra. Who has that eye of the wisdom of the spirituality can envision that universal I that we just talked about, and don't mistake that universal I with this ego I, and only the person with a intellect, eye of the wisdom, who people can understand. Till that Gnana Netra or wisdom opens, he becomes blind and he believes whatever he says as 1,000 rupees note is accepted as 1,000 rupees. Then the Modi opened the eyes of the people. What are those 1,000 rupees? No. And he showed us the core value of the 1,000 rupees. And all those 1,000 rupees went into the dustbin. So we should not mistake. So we should have that Gnana Netra. The yogi is striving. Behold him. If you are a yogi, if you are a spiritual person, really strives in his life. I want to know the truth. I want to become a spiritual person. I want to know the purpose of this life. I want to know who is I am always. The one word that we have been the countless times we have used from the since birth to death, one word is I. How many times we have used that word, but we never made an attempt in our life. What is this I? We never make an attempt. But yogis will make an attempt to find out what is that I. Then the I, when you want to find what is I, then the eye opens. Then that I will show what is the I. That's what he says. The yogi is striving, behold him, dwelling in the self, but the unrefined, so who has impurities, and unintelligent, who does not have a proper intellect, even those striving, so without having proper qualities and qualifications, if you keep reading books, and if you hear this thing, then you cannot understand this concept which I have just told you, Arjuna is saying. Okay, he talked about inside the body. Again, he is coming to the world. And not only inside you, Arjuna, I am there even outside of the you. And who is helping you from the outside for your survival? Whom do you need to survive? We need the sun. And the night, we need the moon. And another one, we need the earth to live upon. You know, Arjuna, what I am doing for you? You think the sun is shining on his own and giving you the light? No, sun has an expiry date. It may not be now. Maybe after few thousands of years, the same sun will disappear after burning. But don't think that sun is giving you light for your survival. I am making the sun shine to give you the light. So don't think that sun is just giving you light. I am the one who is making the sun shine for the sake of you. Don't forget my importance in it. And you think that moon is giving the pleasure in the evening. No. I am the one who is reflecting the sunlight directly over to the moon, and moon is directly reflecting you. If I change the direction of that sunlight towards the moon, you will not see the moon. That is the reason you are enjoying the night with the moonlight. So I am the one who is the responsible for the moon. Not only that, you are living on this earth, and all the food that are eating inside are coming from the earth. And I have become food and just filled myself with the food that is there in the earth, and you are getting out of it, and then you are taking my food that I hid on the inside the earth, Arjuna. Don't forget my importance.
Acharya,
Don't like that.
Acharya, I got a question here.
Yeah.
Isn't that then the Lord is talking about I?
We will talk about it. Let me finish this because of time. That's what he's saying. And what he's saying is, permeating and the sun illumines the whole world, that which is in the moon and in the fair. No, permeating the earth, I support all beings, my energy, and having become the watery moon, I nourish all the herbs. That's what he says. And now again he is coming into the medicine. I like this. The sloka that we talked about. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamasritaha Pranapana Samayuktaha Pachamyannan Chadurvidam. It's very, very, very important. And when we eat, the first thing, the food goes inside the stomach. And inside the stomach, the first thing that adds into the stomach is acid. Acid, if you put that same acid on your hand, it will get burned. That's what hydrochloric acid. It's nothing but hydrochloric acid. So, that is the fire. When that goes on a fire, and with that, the churning process takes place, then the digestion process starts, and then the further digestion. Then all the enzymes comes and join. In all the enzymes, there are different types of energy there, and fail and make. A part of will become assimilated as a useful part, and a part of it will become an unused part and goes down, goes out. So how this thing is? That's Vaishvana Agni, that is nothing but Vaishvana. God is said, you know who is producing that fire inside your thing? Me. It is me that is producing that fire to digest the food you take. Food types you eat, you know, God also mentioned how many types of food we eat. Chaturvidhanna. 4 types of food we eat. What are those? Number 1 is bhakshyam. That is a masticated food. Nuts kind of things. Bhakshyam. Next one is bhojyam. Just we suck. Certain foods cannot masticate it. Take it. You suck certain foods. And like a coconut water we do. And other one is lehya. We can only lick. Another type of food. Last one is choshyam. That is swallow. You can just put it inside and swallow it. These are the 4 types of food that we use. And whatever way you eat the food, and it has to come to me inside the stomach, I am there waiting in the form of hydrochloric acid in the fire, and I am the one who digests your food. But none will digest me. We can't digest hydrochloric acid. So none will digest me. That's what he says. Having become a fire, Vaishwanara, I abide in the body of the living beings and associated with the prana and apana. Prana means what? Assimilation. That assimilation will 1 month, then you will die. You will not have prana. So that food becomes energy. That becomes prana. And then I divide it to the waste that goes down. Prana and apana. How does it divide? By using my energy of the fire that is inside. That is Vaishwanara Agni. What is Vaishwanara Agni? Nothing but hydrochloric acid that is there inside your stomach. That is the scientific application of the spirituality that he is talking about. And now he is talking about there are 2 kinds of Purushas in this world that are perishable and the imperishable. All beings are perishable and Kotastha is called as imperishable. But distinct the Supreme Purusha called the highest self, the indestructible Lord who pervades these 3 worlds, sustain them. Here what we should understand is, there are 2 kinds of Purushas, the personalities are there. One is a destructible personality and the non-destructible personality. That means body. We all know it is a destructible personality. We don't have any problem with that. That is there inside the body, there is a Jivatma. And certain state the Jivatma will stay, after that the Jivatma is gone. In that way, we can say that is also a destructible because it is not there on that way, it's not temporary, it's not eternal when in relation to the body. It's not temporary, it does not stay all the time inside the body. This body and the Jivatma, there is one more person, that is a Paramatma, he is above this body and the soul, and that is there. So this light, small light, maybe not there, but that main light is always there. That's what he is saying. 2 Purusha are there in this world. And one is perishable and the imperishable. All beings are perishable, that we know. But the Kotastha is imperishable. That is Jivatma is also imperishable. But when you compare, relate to the body, that appears perishable because that is not there always in your body. But distinct is the Supreme Purusha, the highest self, the Paramatma, the indestructible Lord who pervades these 3 worlds, sustains them. He sustains your body, he sustains your Jivatma, and being there, he just play the way how he wants to play. As I transcend the perishable and even the higher than the perishable, and I transcend the perishable, I am there, I am maintaining your body, that is perishable, and even higher than the imperishable, and I am declared as the highest Purusha of the world and in the ways. And God, the Paramatma, He is the highest person, even higher than your body, even higher than your Jivatma. That's why He is called as Paramatma. That's what He said. And He who undiluted knows me thus as the undiluted who knows me thus as the highest Purusha, knowing all, worships me with his whole being in heart, O Arjuna. Who is undiluted? So nirmoha, seeing the things as they are, that is called nirmoha. So undiluted, knowing this way, whatever I have explained to you, Arjuna, then if you can envision the divinity, then you can envision the Paramatma, the highest Purusha. And when you understand that highest Purusha, because of him you are surviving, whole the attitude of gratitude becomes, opens. What is the worship? Worship is nothing but, real worship is not going, giving me that thing and that thing is not the real worship. Real worship is showing the attitude of gratitude and going to the Lord. Thank God for brought into this life. Thank God for making me surviving in the life. And thank God for making me live the way I'm living. And this is the real kind of worship. Worship is nothing but expressing the attitude of the gratitude. When that attitude of gratitude comes to you, when you understand about the whole body and the Jivatma, the way that I have explained you. Thus, the most secret science has been taught to them. Why the God is called a secret? The most secret, this is not a normal secret. The secrets are three kinds. One secret is when somebody is talking at the distance, you don't understand. That is one secret. The topmost secret is, even if he comes and explains to you 10 times, you don't understand. The secret of it. That is nothing but the topmost secret is the one which you don't understand. When somebody explains to you 10 times, the secret of it, if you don't understand, that is nothing but top secret, and this is nothing but that. So that means, for you to understand that you have to open that eye of the wisdom and surrender to the God and find a real guru like Swami Bodhananda. And then surrender your everything and you open your receptivity, then Swamiji like Bodhananda. That's why this, if you want to read, you don't understand. If you listen to lectures, you don't understand. You have to listen and learn it Guru Mukhataha. Then only, that's what Veda has been echoing long. You have to learn it from a realized Guru whose experiences, then only he can make you experience it. Whatever I am saying is nothing but what he gave it to me, and then I am relaying it to you and reflecting it. Nothing is coming from my ego or from inside. And just I am transferring the knowledge that he is doing, and then I am redirecting and re-channelizing it to you. That's all. It's nothing from a personal experience. Thus, the most secret science has been taught by me, O sinless one. On knowing this, a man becomes wise, and all his duties are accomplished, O Arjuna. When he does the duties, keeping this kind of attitude in his mind, body, and intellect, then all his duties will be automatically accomplished, and then such a person will attain Purushottama. That person is called as Purushottama, and he will get that kind of personality, he will attain that personality, Purushottama Prapti, you will get a Purushottama Prapti. When you get that Purushottama Prapti, that royal divine personality, if you enlighten it, then you act like divine. You talk like divine. You think like divine. You work like divine. Every work you do become a naivedya, an offering to the God. And every result that you get become a prasada and a gift from the God. And that way you go and unite with the God. That union is nothing but yoga. Yoga means union. So by following all this, you will get a Purushottama, that means you will get Purushottama Prapti, you will get the divine utmost personality, and with that personality, you become divinity. That is nothing but Aham Brahmosmi. That's what is the stage. And that is the goal that Lord is talking about. And that is the purpose of our life. Aham Brahmosmi. To get that feeling in every inch of your blood and every inch of your nerve, you have that feeling of Aham Brahmosmi. That is the purpose of the life. It may take one life or million life, it doesn't matter. If you keep traveling, one day you will reach there, and I am sure. Thank you very much.
Are you taking questions?
Swami will talk now, or while eating we can talk.
Yeah, we can talk. When you are eating, yeah.
Okay.
8 o'clock.
Yes.
It's up to you.
We have to leave now.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, shall we do the Aarti then?
There'll be
Yeah.
more occasions. All these are answered.
I think I got the answer.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is now I think normally we chant the Gita after, but Pradeep already chanted. Then we are going to do Gita Arti, right? Gita Arti. And after Gita Arti, and then if anybody wants to donate, that all the donations will go to Sambho Society and donate generously and all the donations. Thank you very much again, Pradeep ji and Surda for hosting this talk. And next talk will be your Jyoti, Dr. Jyoti Baba's home and Sarath. I always confuse with Satish Baba and Sarath Baba. There is another Satish, Jyoti Baba and Sarath, their home. And that is after that. Now I want to tell you one more thing. I have to start saying this. So now we are left with the last 3 chapters. I can't believe that I have come this far. From first chapter to, I thought I am going to climb a huge mountain. I am now seeing the cliff of it almost there. So just last 3 chapters. But after this, we are planning in November, and luckily we are planning that conclude this on Gita Jayanti day in the November. And my request is, I have three chapters, but only, I forgot, I think only 3 hosts are there. But last chapter is 78 slokas, very, very, very large. I don't think I can complete it in 1 hour. And I am planning to divide the last chapter into 39 and 39. And if we have one more host, that will, many people ask me if anything opened up, please let me know. And I think I want to open up one more spot to divide the last sloka, last chapter into 39 and 39 so we can easily comply. If anybody wants to host the last one, I would really appreciate that. Would be the last one. And after that, all these hosts, along with all the guests of that particular host, we will all assemble in Sambodh on November after Gita Jayanti, weekend after Gita Jayanti.
Oh, I see.
Weekend after, we will plan, and all of us will come, and then we will sit everything, and we will do a separate, we will chant the complete 700 slokas of Bhagavad Gita, and then during that, I think we will do a special puja, and we will do that, and then that completes this Mahayagna. And please spread this word and make sure that all the hosts and not every guest that come into the host home also will make it as a big event in the November. And I keep announcing it more, and more information will come as it comes. Thank you very much.
Can he lead it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on, just let me get started.